Hello and welcome to another video. So we're going to be playing Stormhaven today. I've got a couple of games for you guys. It's, you know, your pretty general Stormhaven deck. A couple of moons, some Valhalla General, some Gruda, and enough amulets to fill a bloody tank. Now, let's get into these games. Alrighty, so game 1 here is, I believe, Haven v Haven. Yes, Haven v Haven.
Is fighting and despair all you know?
Alrighty, so we get to go second. Actually, I believe both games are Haven vs Haven. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, we drop our entire hand because we draw absolutely shit, and we draw absolute shit again. So that's kind of sucks. Would have much preferred to draw something half decent. But, on the other hand, we do then draw all our late game. It gives us some options. And they obviously draw into ideal. But I draw an okay 2-drop. Kind of makes up for turn 1. They do have a good turn 3 though. Things get a little tricky here. Where they have an alright hand, but I have a pretty average hand, and we kind of just mirror blows.
I am the Mad Cyclone.
Then we see Grim. Grim the Grim Reaper. But our Hollowed easily takes care of that. So I do decide to attack it, and then I go for the Evolve, just because I want to be out of range of their Eagle, forcing them to hopefully make another decision. So they have to burn more stuff, they want to get rid of this. That was my idea that I was having there. Whether that was an okay move or not, it probably wasn't, because their trade here becomes more optimal, but it's not too bad.
Your path has been laid.
I mean, they probably would have done the same thing, so I get the clear on it either way. Alright, so turn 5, we do just clear off the 3-4, and we just trade into the 4-1, setting us up with board control pretty much. And going into turn 6, we have plenty of different options. Well, 2 options, they're pretty much the same. But basically we can drop Moon for 5 damage with the Evolve. Moon, obviously with its healing effect, is pretty crazy. It allows you to pretty much trade for free, which is nice. And the 5 damage dropping them to 13. Putting the game really close. But our follow-up turn here will be Pinion Prayer, I don't know, and Gruda, giving us another access to 5 damage. I could have went for the Evolve for 7, but I wanted to save that in case I needed it for the other moon. And we have options to go into another Prayer Winged combo next turn. But they do clear the board with Grail, which keeps things interesting. But we do just drop Prayer and then go into our great Gruda for another 5 damage. Actually, I'm pretty sure we go for 7 here with the Evolve, just so they're on 1, meaning even just low level healing isn't going to save them from another Gruda. Getting that last 3 damage. Fortunately enough to close out the game.
The Mad Cyclone.
The real battle begins.
The winds become gale.
So there's not much more to say now. We pretty much close out this game with Winged Sentinel, and that's pretty much it.
These golden wings will end you.
If we hadn't have used Winged Sentinel, we probably could have closed it out with the 4-3 traded and then yerding it, so we could attack again for 2 damage, which would be enough. That's one way. So we'll go to the next game. Alrighty, and game 2, we've got, like I said, yep, Haven vs Haven again. This time they're using a Gruda skin. Pretty sure this is a mirror match of Storm vs Storm, which makes things more interesting, because it's basically who can have the better plays. So I do drop the Erd, because I just thought it's not really useful. Luckily we do draw into Plea, which is pretty much ideal for turn 1. Considering that Haven's only 1-drop, being able to spend that for 1 without having to use it in another turn is always really solid. And we also get Beast Call turn 2, so that's always good too. Especially since we didn't see them really drop anything for 2, they kind of had to waste their turn dropping the 1 on turn 2. Now we do get to get rid of the Grimnir. Planning in advance so I can hopefully set up the Priest easily enough if I need to. But unfortunately they don't really play anything. So I decided to go with the Birdsong and Prayer combo. Setting those both up so they proc at the same time, which they should proc at the same time as Sentinel, but I would much prefer to use Valhalla in general on them. But I don't believe I draw that in time.
Lend me your power, golden staff.
So here they were clearly going for the heavily Hound combo, which was expected. Bit of a pain to deal with, but not impossible. I mean, the Priest trades pretty nicely with both of these once you use the bird to clear off the 2-2, well 2-4. Setting that to 2, allowing Priest to trade, leaving us with the 4-4 and a couple of amulets. And plenty of future options. The only weakness here is that I am extremely vulnerable to their own Priest, or Judge. Judge is another card that does exactly the same principle, so...
You shall pay for defiling the
Certainly
sky.
not the best way for me to try and avoid dying, but it works out in the end, I think. So we get 5 damage with these, plus an evolve if we decide to take it. But I believe we go for the moon. And I do use the moon in probably the less optimal way. I decide to use it for trade, because it will heal itself to 5-7, so it will basically be full stats. I could have just rammed it to face and put them to 10, and tried to play it that way. But I just decided to go this way instead. Unfortunately, they basically have ideal plays. Except they are unable to kill the moon this turn, which is good. So I just Valhalla in general it, and I'm pretty sure evolve it for 10. I think. Do I evolve it? No, I just leave it for 8. Couldn't remember whether I evolved that or not. Probably better that I didn't, just in case I get a Sentinel combo. So they do drop double Tribunal here, which is crazy. Filling up their board with the amulets that aren't going to be very good for a while. It's not too bad for me, but... I mean, it's a risk that they took. So, having the Dance to Death, I realize I can set up lethal. With Reno, Reno deals 1 damage for its Evolve and 1 damage for its Clash, giving us 2. And allowing Dance of Death to pretty much give us lethal next turn if they play something. Which they pretty much have to if they want to do this board. And if they don't, we have plenty of other options. But they concede. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to check out this deck, there'll be a link in the description below along with any other important links. And I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys. See ya.